Marie Curie, born Maria Sklodowska on November 7, 1867, in Warsaw, Poland, came into the world amidst the turmoil of a country struggling under Russian domination. The youngest of 5 children in a family deeply committed to education, Maria grew up in an environment that cherished learning despite the oppressive political climate. Her father, the Władysław Sklodowski, a teacher of mathematics and physics, instilled in her a passion for knowledge that would define her life. Her mother, Bronislawa, a headmistress of a prestigious girls' school, provided an early example of discipline and dedication. Poland during this time was a land divided and oppressed. Following the partitions by neighboring powers, including Russia, Polish culture and language were systematically suppressed. Russian authorities controlled education, banning Polish schools and replacing them with institutions designed to stifle national identity. Despite these restrictions, the Sklodowska family maintained a fierce pride in their heritage and worked to preserve Polish culture within the home. This environment profoundly shaped young Maria's resilience and determination. Tragedy struck early in Maria's life, leaving indelible marks on her character. When she was just 10 years old, her mother succumbed to tuberculosis, a common and devastating illness of the era. This loss came only a few years after the death of her eldest sister, Zofia, from typhus. These successive losses forced Maria to confront the harsh realities of life at an early age, nurturing a profound empathy and fortitude that would later guide her scientific pursuits. Maria's aptitude for learning was evident from a young age. She excelled in her studies, particularly in mathematics and physics, disciplines her father encouraged despite societal norms that often relegated women to domestic roles. However, as a young girl, she faced limited opportunities for advanced education. The Russian-controlled schools she attended provided only basic instruction, often prioritizing loyalty to the empire over intellectual development. Maria's hunger for knowledge grew in defiance of these constraints. Her father's financial struggles further complicated her path. After losing his position due to his pro-Polish sentiments, the Władysław was forced to take less prestigious roles, significantly reducing the family's income. The Sklodowskis lived modestly, with Maria and her siblings contributing to household duties while maintaining their studies. This period of hardship only strengthened Maria's resolve to achieve her goals, no matter the obstacles. Despite these challenges, Maria found solace and inspiration in clandestine learning environments. The Flying University, an underground network of educators and students, provided a space where Polish youth, particularly women, could pursue higher education in their own language. Attending this informal institution became a pivotal experience for Maria, exposing her to advanced concepts in science and nurturing her aspirations to become a scholar. Throughout her adolescence, Maria harbored dreams of studying abroad, where educational opportunities for women were more abundant. Yet, financial limitations and societal expectations tied her to Warsaw. She spent several years working as a governess to support herself and save for future studies. During this time, she continued to self-educate, studying physics, chemistry, and mathematics during her limited free hours. Her unwavering commitment to learning became a hallmark of her character. Maria's time as a governess also offered an early glimpse of her altruistic nature. While employed by wealthier families, she often tutored children in impoverished communities, ensuring they too had access to education. These experiences deepened her understanding of the transformative power of knowledge and its potential to uplift individuals and communities alike. Her perseverance eventually paid off. In 1891, at the age of 24, Maria left Poland for Paris, embarking on a journey that would change her life and the world of science forever. Adopting the French form of her name, she became Marie and enrolled at the Sorbonne. This bold step marked the culmination of years of sacrifice and struggle, as well as the beginning of a scientific career that would challenge conventions and redefine the boundaries of human knowledge. The story of Marie Curie's early life is a testament to the strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Growing up in a politically oppressed nation and enduring personal loss, she found in education a path to liberation and self-empowerment. This foundation of resilience and intellectual curiosity would propel her to achieve feats that once seemed unattainable for a young girl from Warsaw, igniting a legacy that continues to inspire generations. Marie Curie's journey toward academic excellence was fraught with obstacles, yet her unyielding determination ensured she prevailed against the odds. In 1891, at the age of 24, she fulfilled a long-held dream by moving to Paris to study at the University of Paris, known as the Sorbonne. This marked the beginning of a transformative period in her life, as she transitioned from a resourceful autodidact in Poland to a trailblazing scientist in one of the world's leading academic centers. The transition to life in Paris was anything but easy. Arriving in the bustling French capital, Marie faced immediate challenges, including cultural differences and the language barrier. Although she had studied French in Poland, mastering the language for academic purposes proved daunting. Undeterred, she devoted herself to her studies, often isolating herself to focus on her coursework. Her persistence quickly paid off as she began excelling in subjects such as physics, chemistry, and mathematics, earning a reputation for her remarkable intellect and work ethic. Financial difficulties persisted throughout her years at the Sorbonne. Marie lived frugally, often sacrificing basic comforts to pay for tuition and supplies. Her living conditions were modest at best, with little heat in her tiny rented room, and her diet consisted mostly of bread and tea. Yet, she endured these hardships with remarkable resilience, driven by an unwavering belief in the value of education. Her determination was fueled by the sacrifices she and her family had made to afford her studies, as well as her own desire to make meaningful contributions to science. Marie's experience at the Sorbonne was shaped by the gender inequalities of the time. Women were a minority in academia, often viewed with skepticism and subjected to social and institutional biases. Despite these barriers, Marie excelled in her classes, frequently outperforming her male peers. Her achievements were not just a testament to her intelligence, but also a reflection of her ability to rise above societal constraints. This resilience would later define her career as she continued to challenge the status quo in a male-dominated field. In 1893, after years of relentless effort, Marie earned her degree in physics, graduating at the top of her class. This achievement was a monumental milestone, considering the limitations imposed on women in higher education during the late 19th century. Her success did not end there. The following year, she completed a second degree in mathematics, further solidifying her reputation as a brilliant scholar. These accomplishments positioned her as one of the most promising young scientists of her time. Marie's dedication to her education extended beyond the classroom. She sought practical experience in laboratory research, an area where opportunities for women were especially limited. Recognizing her potential, several professors allowed her to participate in their research projects, giving her access to cutting-edge equipment and methodologies. These early experiences laid the groundwork for her later discoveries in radioactivity, as she honed the skills and knowledge that would define her career. In addition to her academic pursuits, Marie formed relationships with other intellectuals and scientists, expanding her professional network. She attended lectures, joined study groups, and engaged in discussions with fellow students and professors. These interactions not only enriched her understanding of science, but also helped her navigate the challenges of a competitive and often exclusionary academic environment. Despite her introverted nature, Marie's passion for learning and her quiet determination earned her the respect of her peers and mentors. While her achievements at the Sorbonne were extraordinary, they were also a testament to her personal sacrifices and tireless efforts. Her ability to overcome obstacles, be it financial hardship, social prejudice, or the rigors of academic life, set her apart from many of her contemporaries. These years of struggle and triumph would serve as a foundation for the groundbreaking work that lay ahead, shaping her into the resilient and innovative scientist the world would later celebrate. Marie's time at the Sorbonne also deepened her commitment to using science for the betterment of humanity. She viewed education not just as a personal achievement, but as a tool for empowerment and social progress. Her experiences underscored the importance of perseverance and the transformative power of knowledge, themes that would resonate throughout her life and work. In reflecting on this chapter of her life, one cannot help but be inspired by Marie Curie's tenacity and resolve. Her journey through the Sorbonne exemplifies the power of education to break barriers and defy expectations. By excelling in a field dominated by men and overcoming the limitations of her circumstances, she set a powerful example for future generations. This period of her life was not just about academic success. It was a profound testament to the human spirit's capacity to triumph against all odds. Marie Curie's years at the Sorbonne were not just a period of academic achievement, but also a transformative phase that solidified her scientific identity. By immersing herself in the rigorous intellectual environment of Paris, she refined her skills, developed a deep passion for scientific inquiry, and laid the groundwork for her revolutionary contributions to the understanding of matter and energy. This chapter explores how her time at the Sorbonne prepared her to become one of the most influential figures in modern science. Upon enrolling at the Sorbonne in 1891, Marie Curie found herself at the epicenter of European intellectual life. The university attracted some of the brightest minds in physics and chemistry, providing her with access to an unparalleled academic environment. The faculty, renowned for their expertise, introduced students to cutting-edge theories and methods. For Marie, this was a stark contrast to her earlier years in Poland, where access to advanced education had been restricted by political oppression and societal norms. At the Sorbonne, she found herself not only absorbing knowledge, but also beginning to think critically about the unanswered questions of science. Marie's academic schedule was grueling. She devoted long hours to lectures, laboratory work, and independent study, often at the expense of her physical health. Despite these challenges, her commitment to excellence never wavered. She focused primarily on physics, the field that most captivated her, and her keen interest in the properties of matter and energy began to take shape. This discipline would later become the cornerstone of her scientific legacy, particularly in her groundbreaking research on radioactivity. One of the most defining aspects of Marie's education at the Sorbonne was her exposure to experimental physics. Through hands-on work in the laboratory, she honed her technical skills, learning how to design experiments, handle delicate instruments, and analyze data with precision. These experiences were invaluable in shaping her approach to research, emphasizing meticulous observation and evidence-based conclusions. They also provided her with the confidence to tackle the complex challenges that would arise in her future scientific endeavors. In addition to her formal studies, Marie's time at the Sorbonne was marked by intellectual exchanges that enriched her understanding of science. She attended public lectures and scientific conferences, where leading figures of the time discussed groundbreaking theories. These events not only broadened her knowledge, but also introduced her to the culture of collaboration and debate that defines scientific progress. While she was often one of the few women in these spaces, she quietly made her presence known through her sharp insights and dedication to learning. Despite the rich academic environment, Marie's experience at the Sorbonne was not without its challenges. Financial constraints continued to pose significant difficulties. She often studied on an empty stomach, and her living quarters were poorly heated, which made her vulnerable to illness. Moreover, as a woman in a predominantly male institution, she faced social and cultural biases that could have deterred a less determined individual. Yet, these obstacles seemed only to strengthen her resolve, as she remained steadfast in her pursuit of knowledge. Marie's exceptional performance did not go unnoticed. Her professors and peers began to recognize her as a prodigious talent, someone with the potential to make significant contributions to the field of science. In 1893, she graduated with a degree in physics, finishing first in her class. This achievement was particularly remarkable given the barriers she had faced and the sacrifices she had made to reach this point. A year later, she earned a second degree in mathematics, further demonstrating her intellectual prowess and versatility. These accomplishments marked the beginning of Marie's transformation from a gifted student to a pioneering researcher. While her degrees provided her with formal recognition, they were merely the first steps in a lifelong journey of discovery. Her time at the Sorbonne instilled in her the belief that science was not only a means of understanding the natural world, but also a tool for improving human life. This conviction would guide her future work, from her study of radioactivity to her development of mobile X-ray units during World War I. The Sorbonne years also planted the seeds of Marie's scientific philosophy. She developed a methodical approach to research, grounded in careful experimentation and rigorous analysis. This approach would later be instrumental in her discoveries of polonium and radium, as well as her contributions to the broader understanding of radioactive phenomena. Her time at the Sorbonne thus provided her not only with the knowledge and skills she needed, but also with the mindset to confront the unknown. In hindsight, Marie Curie's years at the Sorbonne stand as a testament to the transformative power of education. They were a period of immense growth, both intellectually and personally, during which she overcame significant challenges to establish herself as a force in the world of science. This chapter of her life reminds us of the importance of perseverance, the value of intellectual curiosity, and the role of education in shaping the future. The foundations she built during these formative years would support her as she embarked on a career that would redefine the boundaries of scientific knowledge and inspire generations to come. Marie Curie's life took a transformative turn in 1894 when she met Pierre Curie, a physicist whose brilliance and passion for science mirrored her own. Their meeting marked the beginning of a partnership that would not only shape their personal lives, but also revolutionize the field of physics. This chapter explores the profound connection between Marie and Pierre, their shared commitment to discovery, and the collaborative spirit that fueled their groundbreaking research. The meeting of Marie Sklodowska and Pierre Curie was serendipitous. At the time, Marie was seeking laboratory space to conduct her research on the magnetic properties of steel, and Pierre, already an established physicist, was introduced to her by a mutual acquaintance. Their first encounter revealed a shared passion for science, and Pierre quickly became fascinated by Marie's intelligence and determination. He was impressed not only by her knowledge, but also by her unwavering dedication to her work, a rare quality in a time when women in science were few and far between. Pierre Curie was a man of remarkable intellect and humility, qualities that resonated deeply with Marie. Born in 1859 in Paris, Pierre had already made significant contributions to the field of physics, including his work on piezoelectricity and crystallography. Like Marie, he was deeply devoted to scientific inquiry and valued intellectual pursuits over material wealth or social status. Their mutual respect and admiration created a foundation for a relationship that was as much intellectual as it was romantic. Initially, Marie was hesitant about pursuing a romantic relationship, as her focus remained firmly on her scientific aspirations. She had not moved to Paris to seek companionship, but to advance her education and career. However, Pierre's unwavering support and genuine interest in her work eventually won her over. He encouraged her ambitions and treated her as an equal, an attitude that was both rare and revolutionary in the late 19th century. This mutual respect became the cornerstone of their partnership. In 1895, Marie and Pierre married in a simple civil ceremony, reflecting their shared disdain for extravagance and societal conventions. Instead of traditional wedding gifts, they asked for a bicycle, which they used to explore the French countryside during their honeymoon. Their marriage was characterized by a profound sense of equality and collaboration, with both partners committed to advancing their scientific endeavors while supporting each other's aspirations. It was a partnership built on trust, intellectual camaraderie, and shared goals. The Curie household became a hub of scientific activity. Working side by side, Marie and Pierre dedicated themselves to their research, often spending long hours in the laboratory. While their work was demanding, they found joy in their shared passion for discovery. Pierre's belief in Marie's abilities allowed her to thrive in an environment that had historically excluded women. Together, they broke barriers, challenging the norms of academia and society at large. Their collaborative efforts culminated in one of the most significant scientific breakthroughs of the 20th century, the discovery of radioactivity. Building on the work of Henri Becquerel, who had observed the emission of radiation from uranium salts, Marie and Pierre set out to investigate this mysterious phenomenon further. Their meticulous experiments led to the identification of two new elements: polonium, named after Marie's homeland, and radium. This work not only earned them international recognition, but also laid the foundation for a new field of study. Despite their scientific achievements, the Curies faced numerous challenges. Their research required significant financial resources, and they often worked in less than ideal conditions. Their laboratory, a converted shed, was poorly ventilated and lacked proper equipment. Furthermore, the physical toll of handling radioactive materials was not yet fully understood, and both Marie and Pierre suffered from the effects of prolonged exposure. Yet their shared commitment to their work allowed them to persevere. The success of their partnership extended beyond the laboratory. Marie and Pierre supported each other emotionally and intellectually, creating a relationship that defied traditional gender roles. Pierre's advocacy for Marie's recognition in the scientific community was instrumental in her eventual rise to prominence. He ensured that her contributions were acknowledged, even in an era when women's achievements were often overlooked or minimized. Tragically, their partnership was cut short in 1906 when Pierre died in a traffic accident, leaving Marie devastated. However, the years they spent together had a profound and lasting impact on both her life and the scientific world. Their collaboration exemplified the power of partnership in achieving extraordinary goals, demonstrating that the pursuit of knowledge is often strengthened by mutual support and shared passion. The story of Marie and Pierre Curie is not merely a tale of scientific discovery, but also a testament to the importance of collaboration and equality in achieving greatness. Their relationship challenged societal norms, advanced the boundaries of human knowledge, and inspired generations of scientists. While Pierre's untimely death marked the end of their physical partnership, the legacy of their work and their shared vision continues to resonate as a symbol of unity in the quest for discovery. The discovery of radioactivity stands as one of the most transformative moments in the history of science, and Marie Curie was at the forefront of this revolution. Her pioneering research, conducted alongside her husband Pierre, uncovered the hidden forces within matter and laid the foundation for an entirely new field of study. This chapter examines the processes, challenges, and breakthroughs that marked this extraordinary period in Marie Curie's life, culminating in the discovery of polonium and radium. The journey began in 1896 when French physicist Henri Becquerel discovered that uranium salts emitted rays that could pass through solid objects and fog photographic plates. Intrigued by this phenomenon, Marie Curie decided to make it the focus of her doctoral research. At the time, she was searching for a topic that combined her expertise in physics and chemistry with her desire to explore uncharted scientific territory. The mysterious behavior of uranium seemed a perfect choice. Marie's initial experiments involved measuring the intensity of the rays emitted by uranium compounds. Using an instrument called an electrometer, which had been perfected by Pierre and his brother Jacques, she discovered that the rays ionized the air around them, making it electrically conductive. To her astonishment, she found that the emission of rays was a property intrinsic to the uranium atoms themselves, independent of their chemical state. This insight was groundbreaking, as it suggested that atomic structures were far more complex than previously believed. Encouraged by these findings, Marie expanded her research to other minerals. In 1898, she observed that two uranium-rich ores, pitchblende and chalcolite, were far more radioactive than pure uranium. This indicated the presence of unknown elements with even greater radioactive properties. Excited by the prospect of discovering new elements, she and Pierre embarked on a painstaking investigation to isolate and identify these substances. Their research involved processing massive amounts of pitchblende, a mineral mine primarily in Bohemia, modern-day Czech Republic. The work was grueling, requiring the Curies to manually crush and chemically treat tons of or in search of trace amounts of new elements. Their laboratory, a drafty and poorly equipped shed, became the epicenter of their efforts. Despite the physical and financial hardships, Marie and Pierre remained unwavering in their commitment, driven by the thrill of discovery. In July 1898, the Curies announced the discovery of a new element, which they named polonium in honor of Marie's homeland, Poland. Just a few months later, in December of the same year, they identified a second element, radium. These discoveries were monumental, as they confirmed the existence of substances far more radioactive than uranium and expanded the periodic table. The term radioactivity, coined by Marie herself, became the defining concept of their work, describing the spontaneous emission of radiation from atomic nuclei. The significance of the Curie's discoveries extended beyond the identification of new elements. Their work challenged the long-held notion of atoms as indivisible particles, suggesting instead that atoms could undergo transformations and release immense energy. This revelation fundamentally altered the scientific understanding of matter and energy, paving the way for the development of nuclear physics and chemistry. It also opened new avenues for practical applications, from medicine to energy production. However, their groundbreaking research came at a personal cost. The dangers of prolonged exposure to radioactive materials were not yet understood, and the Curies often handled these substances without protective measures. They experienced persistent fatigue, burns, and other symptoms that would later be recognized as radiation sickness. Yet, their dedication to their work overshadowed concerns for their own well-being, reflecting the sacrifices they were willing to make in the name of science. The discoveries of polonium and radium brought the Curies international acclaim. They published their findings in scientific journals, earning the admiration of the scientific community and beyond. In 1903, Marie and Pierre, along with Henri Becquerel, were awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics for their contributions to the understanding of radioactivity. This recognition was a testament to their meticulous research and the revolutionary impact of their discoveries. Marie's status as the first woman to receive a Nobel Prize underscored the transformative nature of her achievements, not only in science, but also in breaking societal barriers. The birth of radioactivity marked a turning point in Marie Curie's career and in the history of science. Her discoveries not only expanded the frontiers of human knowledge, but also demonstrated the potential of collaborative research and the value of perseverance in the face of adversity. Through her work, she illuminated the hidden forces within matter, transforming the way humanity understood the natural world. The legacy of her contributions continues to resonate, serving as a reminder of the boundless possibilities that arise from curiosity, dedication, and courage. The awarding of the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1903 marked a moment of triumph for Marie Curie, cementing her and Pierre's place in the pantheon of great scientists. However, this period was also fraught with challenges, both personal and professional, as the pressures of fame and the demands of their work began to take a toll. This chapter explores the impact of the Nobel Prize on the Curies' lives, their continued scientific pursuits, and the enduring legacy of their achievements amidst adversity. When the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences announced that the Nobel Prize in Physics would be awarded to Marie Curie, Pierre Curie, and Henri Becquerel for their pioneering work on radioactivity, it was a watershed moment in the history of science. Marie Curie became the first woman to receive this prestigious honor, breaking barriers in a field dominated by men. The recognition was a testament to her extraordinary contributions and a moment of validation for her relentless dedication to scientific discovery. Despite the honor, the process leading to the award was not without controversy. Initially, only Pierre and Becquerel were to be recognized, as the Academy overlooked Marie's pivotal role. It was Pierre who intervened, insisting that Marie's contributions were equally significant and deserved acknowledgement. His advocacy reflected not only his belief in the importance of their collaborative work, but also his respect for Marie as a scientist and equal partner. This gesture underscored the strength of their partnership and highlighted the gender biases that Marie continually faced. The Nobel Prize brought the Curies international acclaim, thrusting them into the public spotlight. While their work had already garnered attention within scientific circles, the prize elevated their status to global fame. They were inundated with invitations to give lectures, attend events, and accept honors. For two individuals who preferred the quiet solitude of their laboratory, this newfound attention was overwhelming. Marie, in particular, struggled with the loss of privacy and the societal expectations placed upon her as a woman in the public eye. Amidst the distractions of fame, the Curies remained committed to their scientific pursuits. They used the monetary award from the Nobel Prize to fund their research, purchasing better equipment and expanding their laboratory capabilities. Their work on radioactivity continued to yield groundbreaking insights, including the development of methods to isolate radium in its pure form. This achievement was critical for understanding the properties of radioactive elements and for exploring their potential applications in medicine and industry. However, the physical and emotional toll of their work began to manifest during this period. Both Marie and Pierre suffered from the effects of prolonged exposure to radioactive materials, experiencing chronic fatigue and other health issues. At the time, the dangers of radiation were not fully understood, and their experiments were conducted without protective measures. Despite these challenges, their passion for discovery remained undiminished, driving them to persevere in their quest for knowledge. Tragedy struck in 1906 when Pierre Curie was killed in a traffic accident, leaving Marie devastated. His death marked a turning point in her life, as she was forced to navigate her grief while continuing their work. The loss of her husband and collaborator was a profound blow, but it also revealed the depth of her resilience. Determined to honor Pierre's legacy, Marie assumed his position at the University of Paris, becoming the first woman to teach there. This milestone was a testament to her strength and her commitment to advancing the field of science. In the years following Pierre's death, Marie dedicated herself entirely to her research and to raising their two daughters, Irene and Eve. She also worked tirelessly to establish the Radium Institute, now the Curie Institute, a center for research in radioactivity that would become a hub for scientific innovation. Her leadership and vision ensured that the Institute would carry forward the work she and Pierre had begun, fostering collaboration among scientists and training future generations of researchers. Marie's achievements during this period were a testament to her perseverance in the face of adversity. She became a symbol of determination and intellectual courage, inspiring countless women to pursue careers in science. However, the pressures of her work and the ongoing health effects of radiation exposure continued to take a toll on her well-being. Despite these challenges, she never wavered in her commitment to her research or to the ideals that had guided her throughout her life. The Nobel Prize in Physics was both a culmination of the Curie's early work and a catalyst for future discoveries. It brought them recognition and resources, but also exposed them to the burdens of fame and the dangers of their groundbreaking research. For Marie, it was a bittersweet milestone that highlighted the duality of triumph and tragedy. Yet, her ability to overcome personal loss and continue her scientific pursuits demonstrated an extraordinary strength of character and an unyielding dedication to the pursuit of knowledge. In reflecting on this chapter of Marie Curie's life, one is reminded of the complex interplay between success and hardship. Her journey was marked by moments of profound achievement and deep sorrow, yet she remained steadfast in her mission to uncover the secrets of the natural world. The legacy of her work during this period endures, not only in the scientific discoveries she made, but also in the example she set as a scientist, a pioneer, and a human being determined to transcend the limitations imposed by circumstance. In the wake of Pierre Curie's untimely death, Marie Curie channeled her grief into action, dedicating herself to the advancement of science and the establishment of a lasting legacy. Central to this mission was the creation of the Radium Institute, now known as the Curie Institute, a center for research in radioactivity that would become one of the most significant scientific institutions of the 20th century. This chapter explores Marie Curie's vision for the Institute, the challenges she faced in bringing it to fruition, and the profound impact it had on science and society. The idea for the Radium Institute was born out of Marie Curie's recognition of the need for a dedicated space where scientists could study radioactivity and its applications. By the early 20th century, the field was rapidly expanding, fueled in part by the groundbreaking discoveries she and Pierre had made. However, there were few facilities equipped to support advanced research, and the demand for radium in medical and industrial contexts was growing. Curie envisioned an institute that would not only advance the understanding of radioactive phenomena, but also train future generations of researchers. Securing funding for the institute was a significant challenge. Despite her reputation as a Nobel laureate and one of the foremost scientists of her time, Marie Curie faced resistance from traditional institutions and skepticism from potential donors. The high cost of radium, a key material for the institute's research, compounded the difficulties. Undeterred, Curie embarked on a campaign to raise the necessary funds, leveraging her international fame to garner support. She traveled extensively, giving lectures and meeting with influential figures, including wealthy philanthropists and government officials. One of the most notable episodes in this fundraising effort was Marie's visit to the United States in 1921. Invited by journalist and women's rights advocate Marie Maloney, Curie undertook a tour of the country to raise awareness and secure donations for the purchase of radium. The campaign was a resounding success, with American women leading a nationwide effort to contribute to the cause. Their collective generosity resulted in the presentation of 1 gram of radium to Curie, symbolizing both the value of her work and the global recognition of her contributions to science. With funding in place, construction of the Radium Institute began in Paris, and the facility officially opened in 1914. The institute was divided into 2 main sections. One focused on fundamental research in physics and chemistry, and the other dedicated to medical applications of radioactivity, particularly in cancer treatment. This dual focus reflected Curie's belief in the importance of both pure and applied science. She understood that the study of radioactive elements had the potential to revolutionize medicine, and she was determined to harness this potential for the benefit of humanity. As the director of the Radium Institute, Marie Curie played a central role in shaping its mission and culture. She recruited a team of talented researchers from around the world, fostering an environment of collaboration and intellectual rigor. Her leadership style was characterized by humility, dedication, and a hands-on approach. She often worked alongside her colleagues in the laboratory, demonstrating her enduring passion for discovery. Under her guidance, the Institute became a hub of innovation, producing groundbreaking research in radioactivity and its applications. The outbreak of World War I in 1914 temporarily disrupted the Institute's activities, but it also revealed Marie Curie's resourcefulness and commitment to public service. Recognizing the potential of X-rays to save lives on the battlefield, she developed mobile radiology units, known as Little Curies, which were used to assist military doctors in diagnosing injuries. Curie personally trained technicians, including her daughter Erin, to operate these units, traveling to the front lines to oversee their implementation. This wartime effort underscored her belief in the practical applications of science and her determination to use her knowledge for the greater good. After the war, the Radium Institute resumed its research activities with renewed vigor. The discoveries made there contributed significantly to the understanding of radioactivity, including insights into nuclear reactions and isotopes. The Institute also became a center for cancer research, pioneering the use of radium in radiotherapy. Curie's commitment to this cause was deeply personal, as she had witnessed the devastating effects of cancer on those around her. She saw the potential of radioactive treatments to alleviate suffering and improve survival rates, a vision that continues to shape modern oncology. Despite her success, Curie faced ongoing challenges, including persistent health problems caused by her prolonged exposure to radiation. The physical toll of her work was evident, but she rarely spoke of her suffering, preferring to focus on her responsibilities at the Institute. Her resilience and dedication inspired those around her, earning her the admiration of her colleagues and the public alike. She became a symbol of perseverance and intellectual courage, embodying the ideals of science as a force for progress. The Radium Institute's legacy extended far beyond Marie Curie's lifetime. It became a model for interdisciplinary research, bringing together physicists, chemists, and medical professionals to address complex scientific and societal challenges. Many of the researchers trained at the Institute went on to make significant contributions to science, including Curie's daughter Erin and her son-in-law Frederick Joliot-Curie, who discovered artificial radioactivity and won a Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1935. In the creation and leadership of the Radium Institute, Marie Curie demonstrated her extraordinary vision and determination. The Institute was not only a testament to her scientific achievements, but also a reflection of her belief in the power of knowledge to improve human lives. Through her tireless efforts, she built an enduring legacy of discovery, collaboration, and humanitarian impact, ensuring that the transformative potential of radioactivity would continue to shape the future of science and medicine. Marie Curie's extraordinary scientific career reached new heights in 1911 when she was awarded her second Nobel Prize, this time in chemistry, for her work in advancing the understanding of radioactivity and isolating radium and polonium. This achievement was unparalleled at the time and solidified her legacy as one of the greatest scientists in history. Yet, the period surrounding this recognition was also marked by intense personal and professional challenges, illustrating the complex interplay of triumph and adversity in her life. Marie Curie's second Nobel Prize was a testament to her groundbreaking contributions to science. The award specifically recognized her discovery of radium and polonium, the isolation of radium, and her study of the properties and compounds of these radioactive elements. By isolating radium in its pure metallic form, Curie enabled detailed investigations into its characteristics, including its intense radioactivity and potential applications in medicine and industry. These accomplishments not only expanded scientific knowledge, but also demonstrated the transformative potential of chemistry in understanding the fundamental nature of matter. This second Nobel Prize placed Marie Curie in an unparalleled position within the scientific community. She became the first person to win 2 Nobel Prizes and remains one of only a few individuals to achieve this distinction. The award highlighted her ability to excel in multiple disciplines, physics and chemistry, and underscored the interdisciplinary nature of her work. Her achievements shattered conventional notions about women's intellectual capabilities, inspiring a new generation of women to pursue careers in science. However, the recognition came at a time of considerable personal difficulty for Curie. In the years following Pierre Curie's death, she had faced mounting challenges as a single mother, a scientist, and a public figure. Balancing these roles was a constant struggle, and the weight of public scrutiny often compounded her burdens. The fame that accompanied her first Nobel Prize had already exposed her to intrusive media attention, and this intensified with her second award. Curie's preference for a private life dedicated to research was at odds with the public's fascination with her achievements. Compounding these pressures was a scandal that erupted in 1911, just as she was being considered for the Nobel Prize in Chemistry. A personal relationship between Curie and physicist Paul Langevin, a former student of Pierre, became the subject of widespread gossip and sensationalized media coverage. The affair was exploited by critics who sought to discredit her, with some using her Polish origins and gender to fuel xenophobic and misogynistic attacks. Curie faced accusations of impropriety that threatened to overshadow her scientific accomplishments. Despite the vitriol directed at her, Curie remained steadfast in her commitment to science. She refused to be deterred by public opinion, focusing instead on her research and the responsibilities that came with her growing prominence. When the Nobel Committee expressed concerns about the controversy, Curie responded with dignity and resolve, arguing that her personal life had no bearing on her scientific contributions. Her insistence on maintaining her integrity and independence exemplified her courage and determination. The awarding of the Nobel Prize in Chemistry ultimately reaffirmed her status as a trailblazer in science. It also highlighted the challenges faced by women in a male-dominated field, where their achievements were often scrutinized more harshly and their personal lives subjected to disproportionate attention. Curie's ability to rise above these obstacles set an important precedent for future generations of women scientists, demonstrating that excellence could transcend societal prejudices. The significance of Curie's second Nobel Prize extended beyond her personal achievements. It validated the emerging field of radioactivity, drawing international attention to its potential applications in medicine, energy, and industry. Curie's work inspired a new wave of research, leading to advances in nuclear physics and chemistry that would shape the scientific landscape of the 20th century. Her ability to persist in her research despite personal and professional adversity exemplified the resilience and determination necessary for scientific innovation. Following her second Nobel Prize, Curie continued to focus on her work at the Radium Institute and her efforts to expand the use of radioactivity in medical treatment. Her leadership in establishing a Center for Cancer Research demonstrated her commitment to using science for the betterment of humanity. At the same time, she remained an advocate for international collaboration, participating in scientific conferences and fostering exchanges among researchers from different countries. The legacy of Marie Curie's second Nobel Prize is multifaceted. It stands as a symbol of her unparalleled contributions to science, her ability to overcome adversity, and her role as a pioneer for women in academia. The recognition she received in 1911 cemented her place in history, not just as a scientist, but also as a figure of resilience and inspiration. Her journey during this period reflects the complex realities of success, where triumphs are often accompanied by challenges, yet the pursuit of knowledge continues to illuminate the path forward. In examining this chapter of Curie's life, one cannot help but admire her unyielding spirit and her ability to transcend the limitations imposed by societal norms and personal hardship. Her second Nobel Prize was not merely an accolade. It was a reaffirmation of her belief in the power of science to advance human understanding and improve lives. Through her work, Curie left an indelible mark on the world, demonstrating that the pursuit of knowledge is a timeless and universal endeavor. Marie Curie's legacy extends far beyond her groundbreaking scientific discoveries. While her pioneering work on radioactivity transformed the field of physics and chemistry, her contributions to the world of medicine, education, and gender equality have continued to influence generations of scientists and social reformers. As one of the most celebrated figures in scientific history, her legacy is characterized not only by her unparalleled achievements, but also by the profound societal changes she helped catalyze. This chapter explores the enduring impact of Marie Curie's work, from her contributions to the medical field to her role in shaping the future of women in science. One of the most significant and lasting aspects of Marie Curie's legacy is her contributions to medical science, particularly in the field of cancer treatment. Her discovery of radium and polonium, as well as her research on their radioactive properties, laid the foundation for the use of radiation in medicine. In the years following her research, radioactivity became a crucial tool in the treatment of cancer, offering new hope to patients with previously incurable conditions. The use of radium in radiotherapy revolutionized the field of oncology, and the principles she uncovered remain integral to modern cancer treatment. Curie's work in medicine was not limited to theoretical contributions. During World War I, she demonstrated the practical applications of radioactivity by creating mobile X-ray units, known as little Curies, that could be deployed to the battlefield. These mobile radiology units helped military doctors diagnose injuries and locate shrapnel inside soldiers' bodies, saving countless lives. Curie's personal involvement in the operation of these units, including training medical personnel and supervising the deployment of the machines, reflected her unwavering commitment to using science to alleviate suffering. This hands-on approach to medical research exemplified her belief that scientific progress should directly benefit society. In addition to her work in cancer treatment, Curie's influence on the development of nuclear medicine cannot be overstated. The principles she established regarding the therapeutic use of radioactive isotopes have since been expanded, leading to the creation of new techniques such as positron emission tomography, PET, and radiopharmaceuticals. These innovations have had a profound impact on diagnostic medicine, enabling doctors to detect diseases at early stages and provide more effective treatments. Today, the field of nuclear medicine continues to evolve, building on the foundation Curie laid more than a century ago. While Curie's contributions to science and medicine are undeniably monumental, her influence on the academic and professional opportunities available to women is equally profound. As one of the first women to achieve international recognition in a male-dominated field, she became a symbol of perseverance and intellectual excellence. Her success defied the societal expectations of women during her time, inspiring countless women to pursue careers in science, mathematics, and engineering. In doing so, Curie helped pave the way for future generations of women to break through barriers in fields that were previously considered inaccessible. Marie Curie's example was particularly important in the early 20th century, when women's access to higher education and professional careers was severely limited. At a time when many universities and research institutions were reluctant to admit women, Curie's groundbreaking achievements in physics and chemistry demonstrated that women were capable of making extraordinary contributions to science. Her presence in the scientific community challenged prevailing notions of gender roles and opened doors for other women to follow in her footsteps. By becoming the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and the first person to win 2 Nobel Prizes, Curie proved that talent and determination were not confined by gender. Curie's influence on women in science extended beyond her own achievements. She mentored several female scientists, including her own daughters, Irene and Eve. Irene went on to become a Nobel laureate in her own right, winning the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1935 with her husband, Frederick Joliot-Curie, for their discovery of artificial radioactivity. This legacy of mentorship and collaboration further reinforced Curie's role in shaping the future of women in science, ensuring that her contributions would be felt for generations. Marie Curie's legacy also includes her efforts to advance the pursuit of knowledge and scientific research. Her commitment to education, both through her own work and the institutions she helped create, had a lasting impact on the field of science. The Curie Institutes in Paris and Warsaw continue to be leading centers of research in radioactivity and related fields, attracting scientists from all over the world. These institutions stand as enduring symbols of Curie's dedication to fostering scientific discovery and collaboration. In addition to her scientific and educational contributions, Curie's legacy has had broader social and cultural implications. Her life story became a symbol of the power of intellectual curiosity and perseverance in the face of adversity. Throughout her career, Curie overcame numerous obstacles: gender discrimination, personal tragedy, and physical hardships. Yet she remained resolute in her pursuit of scientific discovery. Her life has been an inspiration to countless individuals, both within and outside of the scientific community, who have faced their own challenges. The narrative of her perseverance and dedication continues to resonate today, serving as a powerful reminder of the potential for human achievement when obstacles are met with determination and resilience. Marie Curie's impact on the world extends far beyond the scientific realm. Her life and work challenged societal norms and redefined the possibilities for women in academia, industry, and medicine. She not only transformed the scientific understanding of radioactivity, but also contributed to the development of life-saving medical treatments, advanced the field of nuclear science, and created opportunities for future generations of women scientists. The legacy of Marie Curie is one of profound and lasting influence, a testament to her brilliance, perseverance, and unwavering dedication to the pursuit of knowledge for the betterment of humanity. As we reflect on Marie Curie's life and legacy, it becomes clear that her contributions to science, medicine, and society are immeasurable. Her groundbreaking work in radioactivity, her efforts to bring scientific progress to the battlefield during World War I, her advocacy for women in science, and her enduring influence on future generations all stand as testaments to her extraordinary character and intellectual legacy. Marie Curie's life continues to inspire those who seek to push the boundaries of knowledge, to challenge the status quo, and to make a meaningful impact on the world. Her story is not just one of scientific achievement, but of the power of perseverance, courage, and the transformative potential of knowledge. Marie Curie's life and work represent a unique confluence of intellectual brilliance, personal sacrifice, and societal transformation. Throughout her career, she not only broke new ground in scientific research, but also became a symbol of resilience, challenging prevailing notions of gender and expectations of women in academia and science. Her legacy, however, is not simply a catalog of scientific achievements. It is a testament to the power of knowledge, the value of perseverance in the face of adversity, and the profound impact of one individual's work on the world. As we look back on her life, it is clear that Marie Curie's influence extends far beyond her groundbreaking discoveries in radioactivity, continuing to shape the fields of science, medicine, and social progress to this day. Curie's groundbreaking work in the field of radioactivity revolutionized the way scientists understood the atom and the nature of matter itself. By isolating radium and polonium, she not only advanced the scientific knowledge of her time, but also paved the way for the development of nuclear science and physics. Her discovery of radioactivity and the concepts she introduced, including the notion of the atom as a source of energy, had far-reaching implications for fields such as quantum mechanics, particle physics, and the study of subatomic particles. These ideas would later be integral to the development of modern physics, influencing key figures like Albert Einstein and Niels Bohr. In addition to her scientific achievements, Curie's work also played a critical role in the development of medical treatments. Her discoveries formed the foundation for the use of radiation in medical diagnostics and therapies, particularly in the treatment of cancer. The concept of using radiation to target and destroy cancerous cells was one of the most significant advances in medicine, leading to the development of modern radiotherapy. Today, millions of people benefit from treatments that would not have been possible without Curie's pioneering work. In this way, her legacy is intertwined with the ongoing fight against cancer and the broader field of medical science. Marie Curie's contributions to medical science were not limited to the theoretical or the laboratory. During World War I, she personally took action to apply her scientific knowledge in ways that could save lives on the battlefield. Recognizing the potential of X-ray technology to assist in diagnosing injuries, she developed mobile radiology units, which became known as Little Curies. These mobile units, which she helped to operate and deploy, allowed doctors to locate and treat wounds more effectively, saving countless soldiers' lives. Her willingness to devote herself to such practical applications of her scientific expertise exemplified her commitment to using knowledge not only for personal achievement, but also for the greater good. Curie's influence, however, extends beyond the laboratory and the battlefield. She played an instrumental role in advancing the rights and opportunities of women in science and academia. At a time when women were largely excluded from higher education and professional scientific careers, Curie defied these barriers to become one of the foremost scientists of her generation. Her success in a male-dominated field inspired countless women to pursue careers in science, demonstrating that intellectual capability is not defined by gender. Her life showed that women, despite the societal norms of the time, could excel in the sciences and contribute meaningfully to global knowledge. Marie Curie's impact on women's rights and the representation of women in science remains a critical part of her legacy. As the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and the only person to win 2 Nobel Prizes in different scientific fields, Curie set a precedent for future generations of women. Her achievement was not just a personal victory, but a collective triumph for all women who aspired to be scientists, mathematicians, and intellectual leaders. The challenges she faced, persistent gender discrimination, societal expectations, and the pressures of balancing motherhood with a demanding career, resonate today as women in science continue to strive for equality and recognition. Her perseverance and success continue to inspire those working to break down barriers and pave the way for greater representation and opportunity. Moreover, Curie's influence extended into the realm of education and research. The Curie Institutes, which she founded in Paris and Warsaw, remain central to scientific research and education to this day. These institutions have become world-renowned centers for the study of radioactivity, nuclear medicine, and cancer research. The Curie Institute in Paris, in particular, continues to play a pivotal role in advancing scientific knowledge and providing education and training for new generations of researchers. Curie's vision of creating a dedicated research institution not only supported her own work, but also ensured that future generations of scientists would have the resources and opportunities to explore the field she had pioneered. Curie's legacy is also defined by her embodiment of intellectual humility and dedication to her work. Despite her immense success and international acclaim, she remained focused on the pursuit of knowledge rather than fame or personal recognition. Her life was characterized by a quiet determination to uncover the mysteries of the natural world, and she continued to work tirelessly in the laboratory, often at great personal cost. She frequently neglected her own health in pursuit of her research, a sacrifice that eventually contributed to her death from leukemia, likely caused by prolonged exposure to radiation. This selflessness in the pursuit of scientific progress exemplifies the spirit of inquiry that defines the scientific method and continues to motivate researchers around the world. In the broader context of science and society, Marie Curie's legacy underscores the power of perseverance in the face of personal and societal obstacles. Her life serves as a powerful reminder that intellectual curiosity, combined with resilience and dedication, can bring about transformative change. Curie's work challenged not only scientific paradigms, but also societal expectations, breaking down barriers for women in science and leaving an indelible mark on the world. Her contributions to science, medicine, and gender equality continue to shape the present and the future. In conclusion, the story of Marie Curie is one of remarkable intellectual achievement, personal sacrifice, and lasting societal impact. Her groundbreaking work in radioactivity revolutionized science and medicine, and her unwavering commitment to scientific progress inspired generations of women and men alike. Curie's ability to rise above personal hardship, societal prejudice, and professional obstacles makes her an enduring symbol of the transformative power of knowledge and determination. The legacy of Marie Curie will undoubtedly continue to inspire scientists and humanitarians for generations to come, reminding us all of the limitless potential of the human spirit when dedicated to the pursuit of truth and the betterment of humanity.